Yes, go ahead, please.
He handed it to me.
Oh, I know. Breaking of the rules. Go ahead, please.
My name is Miles Goldstick. I work for the Swedish National Anti-Nuclear Group, People's Campaign Against Nuclear Power and Weapons, and Friends of the Earth Sweden. And I'm one of a handful of people in Sweden who are actually getting paid to work on the nuclear waste issue, funded by the nuclear industry, which in itself is quite interesting. We don't call ourselves civil society. I find that term kind of interesting. I actually believe that many of the people outside of civil society are actually quite civil. But what I want to do is refer to this Arnstein's 8-rung ladder of citizen participation, and recommend to everyone, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, that Dr. Pescatore and A. Vaughty have written a very interesting report that's available on the NEAFSC website. And I have a question that I'm getting to, which is there anybody who really wants to partner with us? When I look at the 8-rung ladder, I see that we are clearly placed in the area of tokenism. And some of you may believe that that's not true, and I'd be very interested to discuss how you see that we're not placed in that category of tokenism. The 8-rung ladder doesn't have a step called toleration, and I think that that is one of the places where we're at in Sweden, that we are put in a position of being tolerated more than being welcome to participate. And in fact, we can't participate unless we're given the opportunity. This is the 7th year that we've gotten funding. And right from the very beginning, many of us have been asking for opportunities where we could partner, for example. The partnership on the 8-rung ladder is actually 3 from the top. Above it, there's delegated power and citizen control, though I find that difficult to digest, because in fact, the proponents of the nuclear industry and the nuclear waste companies are also citizens. So in fact, it comes down to, as Dr. Pescatore was saying, some way of doing it together. And there are options, and I think that if anybody is actually willing to pursue any of those options, please come to us who are here. There's a few of us from so-called civil society, and discuss those possibilities. I would like to say one...
Thank you very much. Your time is up, sorry, 2 minutes. But you're welcome to get back to the discussion again, of course. I mean, there is no limit on the amount of 2 minutes you can get, or 1 minute. Now, there is one more person actually at the public. He's in the 5th row, as I can count from here in the middle. Could you please rise, sir? So.
Marcus Fritschi from Nagra, Switzerland. We had heard a lot of sound science, prerequisite, openness, transparency, which leads eventually to trust, which I agree very much on. Affects the implementer, the regulator, but we have another actor, we have the decision maker, which leads me to a very important, from a Swiss perspective, success factor. So it's the political will of the political area to take these decisions and to act. Actually, I think in many European, specifically in one European country and in the US lately also a little bit, I think this political will from the national government and the political arena to take the action is missing. Can you comment on why is it different in your 3 countries?
Thank you very much for that. Now, I think we have now left the retrievability question, which I'm in a way glad of, because it tends to be a very... it's an interesting discussion, but we cannot discuss what will happen in 30 years. Why we do not quite know what will happen in 3 hours. Well, in 3 hours we'll be back here, I promise you. So in any case, let's get back to the issue of participation, because